Well, how you doing? It's Wednesday, November the 18th, 2020. Journal 394, T+606, I think, perhaps. Just got back from a 2-mile walk, which is challenging after 4 hospitalizations, the last of which was just last week, and trying to cope with Shingles Zoster, as I've written about before and spoken about before, and being medicated, which doesn't make life any easier. The medication they give you to help deal with nerve pain has a number of other side effects. And this is the medication that I've chosen over the number one go-to medication, because the other medication gave me really, really dark thoughts. And it was pretty alarming. But while Lesley and I were walking, and I was huffing and puffing, which is really frustrating when you know that you were walking 5 miles, not struggling to walk 2, not that very long ago. And that, that 4th hospitalization really did you in. And it made me think about a number of things, not the least of which is the fact that there are things that we want to do, and there are things that we naturally have to do. There are things that we can't avoid, things that we can't postpone, things that are critical, things that you have to get to, that are critical in our lives. And a productive life is all about how you balance the want-tos with the have-tos, and the kind of resilience you bring to that tension. That and fighting your way, battling your way through the distractions. And in many cases, you have to admit that some of the distractions are more than distractions. Certainly 4 hospitalizations qualify as more than a distraction. Spiking 103.9 fever is more than a distraction. It's a reality that you have to confront. However, the thing that's fascinating about all of this is the fact that the distractions that you have are just as monumental, just as large, obstacles that are just as daunting as anything that I have to confront. My grandmother, may she rest in peace, used to say, if my little finger hurts me and your whole hand hurts you, my little finger hurts me more than your hand. And there's a certain amount of wisdom in there. My guess is that whatever it is that you're confronting, no matter what it is as distracting to you as mine is to me. And the question then becomes, how do you get past it? What do you do to overcome that? And I can tell you that it could be something as simple as eat, walk, drink. Remember? I've written about that a lot. I've talked about it a lot. It's what got me through the transplant. It's how I recovered. It's really a simple mantra. And it's as simple as the 2-mile walk. And I say that with humility, because the 2-mile walk was an accomplishment. It's something I'm really proud of. It's something that I couldn't have done a couple of days ago. It's something I worked up to, in less than a mile and a quarter, a mile and a half, a mile and 3/4, finally 2 miles. And each element of that, walking and drinking, staying hydrated, and, eating intelligently, all play a part in that. And the part that they play is that while while I was concentrating on remaining erect, remember it was just 4 months ago, 5 months ago that I was walking, fell and shattered my elbow. While I was focusing on staying erect and functioning despite the medication, I wasn't thinking about the shingles pain. And that to a large degree, really helped. So I think there's a little bit of wisdom in there. I think that there's something to think about. If you're able to distract yourself, if you're able to get to the point where you're not thinking solely about your own problem, about your own situation, about your own current reality, you'll find that distractions are much more, they're much easier to overcome. It's much easier to achieve your goals and objectives if you're focused and you're resolute. So when you're confronted with things that seem to be more than a distraction, remember that maybe it's simply a matter of taking a long walk. Maybe it's simply a matter of making sure that you're focused on something else and not on that specific pain at the moment. In the meantime, stay safe, stay well, stay strong, stay focused, stay home, take care.